Yeah, brother, you are absolutely right about that. That happened in '97 in Fraser, and man, what a terrible time of life. And again, that had to be that had to deal with me being a knucklehead and being in the streets and just doing stupid stuff I had no business doing, dumb. You know, that's one of those moments, if I could have changed it, I would, but it did happen, and I just thank God every day, man, that, you know, I'm still living. I'm still here to even be talking to you right now, because that was a bad situation, and it should have been much worse than it was. I will say that was the moment I did fully get out the streets, and I went full focus on music after that. I didn't mess off in the streets anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. We interviewed Drop One Scott, and he told me, somebody attacked him with a baseball bat and fractured his skull in several places, and he knew, that the water in the bay was cold. He's like, if I jump in the water, it'll control the swelling in my brain so I don't, die. And that's what saved his life. How bad was it? Like, were you in the hospital for a long time?
No, not for a long time. I was in the hospital, but no, with me, again, this is just, I feel like the Lord had me and protected me, because dude had the pistol to my forehead. And altogether, there was about 5 guys, and they had surrounded me. I was sitting and I was with one of the original members of Second Family, even before we did Killers from the Black Side, when we were first getting things together. And I was dropping him off. He was going in to take care of some business, something, again, probably had no business doing, and I was out in the car waiting on him. He had a pistol on him. I did not. And when he left, I was sitting in that car. I was a sitting duck in a place I had no business being. And, man, these dudes just came, surrounded my car. And I had my windows down. Car wasn't even started, so I knew. I was like, I'm done. I knew they got me. And they pulled me out of the window of the car. Didn't even give me a chance to, open the door or nothing. They just pulled me out of the driver's side window. And, man, they kept wanting me to get down on the ground, but I felt so vulnerable. Like, if I was to lay down on the ground, it was over. And I just couldn't force my body down. And so I was kind of squatting, but I didn't want to leave my feet, because I felt like if I still have my feet under me, I can run if I need to or do something. I wasn't thinking straight. And they got frustrated, and they kept trying to push me to the ground. I wouldn't go. And, man, that's when the pop and the pressure on the front part of my head, right at my hairline. The bullet did not penetrate my skull. I don't know if it was the way he was holding it, but it did fracture my skull, but it didn't go in to my head. And, man, it was just blood everywhere, but there was no bullet in my head. I didn't know that at the time. So I was freaking out. And I just remember just all that blood, and, man, those dudes going through my car, and then they all just ran off. And, man, I remember, the police coming, the ambulance coming, and then going to Methodist South in Whitehaven. So I went from Fraser all the way to Whitehaven. And I was like, that's when I knew it couldn't have been as serious as, I was thinking it was. But, I spent, that evening and the next day in the hospital, and they cleaned it up and wrapped it up, and they just didn't want me to go to sleep that night because it was a bad head injury. And so they kept me up, wouldn't let me sleep, and I remember that. But blessing, brother, huge blessing, because that could have gone so differently. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. You extended 25 years or whatever of life. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, like, comment, share. Also go over to UJSforLife.com, download the entire archive, and check out new episodes on Apple Podcasts and Blog Talk Radio.